Well, this intro is decent. I wonder if he has decent points about furry hentai. I've never quite heard it like that. I just heard it as adult art. Anyway.
Warning, the following video will contain unsuitable material, and also it will be talking about, stuff that's bad. Parental discretion is kind of advised.
Well, there goes my high expectations.
Seriously, if you don't like the content of this video, don't watch it.
Well, maybe perhaps there was someone like me who wanted to make points about your video and criticize it, or maybe there was just someone that wanted to make fun of you. It's all in the fair use clause, really.
Okay, enough of the levity. Anyway, this is basically a continuation of my part 1 furry rant, but I'm going to go into a more detailed description. I'm going to change gears here.
I didn't watch that part actually because this one seemed far more entertaining.
As I mentioned before, some of these furries have hijacked the franchises that we've known and loved and we've, known as a child, and they have completely raped it. They have completely sodomized the franchise and made it look like BS.
Okay. Usually I thought it's because they just wanted to do adult art based on a certain show, but apparently it's just screwing with people. Yeah, that's the true motive.
And cases in point, Disney, Sonic, Pokemon, Digimon, etc., etc.
You know, not all of that is anthropomorphic, right? There's stuff like Aladdin, which is mostly human characters, and the live action stuff.
Now, to be honest, this stuff should really not be necessary and not be on the internet. But hey, this is the free world. Anyone can do whatever the fuck they feel like.
Okay, I somewhat agree with that.
Sorry, I'm gonna be cursing a bit in this vid. And I know, I have to respect people's, opinions on the matter, blah, blah, blah. But here's my opinion on the matter. I'm reserved to my own, and I'm gonna say what I feel like.
Alright, respecting people's opinions is gay. But here's my opinion because it's better than everyone else's.
Saying, hentai is disgusting, especially furry hentai.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not picking on him because he doesn't like porn. That's perfectly fine with me. But the way he approaches this, he comes out as,
Furry hentai could really kiss my ass. It's disgusting, it's a waste of time, it's freaking internet bandwidth it's been lost and can never be retrieved.
What's the best way to describe this? Sorry, this might take a while.
It's 5 minutes worth of my time that I can never ever get back, because that's how bad it is. It's a freaking waste of time.
No, wait, I got it. He's being a prick. He's being a prick about it. That's it.
Now, for all of you people who believe that some furries are actually reasonable, well, you're right. Only half right. Some furries actually go to the extremes and try to post perverted pictures on furaffinity.net and DeviantArt.
That's your definition of the extreme?
And I'm even going to prove it to you. I'm going to go to furaffinity.net right now, look up some search terms, and I'm gonna broadcast my reaction to this garbage.
Trust me, I'm just gonna skip that part of the video, his reaction, because it's just 2 minutes of him going, ew.
Alright, so I'm already on the website now, which is good. And before I even begin, I'm gonna go to where it says type. Go to furaffinity.net, go to browse, and then click on type.
Yeah, notice how many times you stuttered there. It's called a retake, Porky Pig.
Now, before I even begin to go to the particular, let's start with the universal. Alright, no, okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. Oh my god. You can't possibly realize what image I just freaking saw on this website.
Well, with my imagination, it's either Sonic having butt sex, or Shadow having butt sex, or Tails having butt sex, or Amy having butt sex.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Oh, okay. Well, But okay, so after you're hearing me complain for 2 minutes, you might be thinking, what was the whole point? Well, here's my point.
Yeah, what was the point of that?
I traumatized myself so I can prove a freaking point. That's what and here is my point in a nutshell. These guys totally usurped my childhood, made it look like a bunch of wasted years, and they took the franchises and made them look like BS.
You know you don't have to look at naughty pictures, right? No one's forcing you, so why are you complaining?
That's how bad it is. Okay? That's how bad it is. They're taking all the characters that I'd known and loved as a kid, and they're making them look like sexual objects and whores.
Wait, is it our favorite cartoons we used to like, or is it your favorite cartoons you used to like? Pick your mind. Go on, you can do it.
Now, does that really... don't you even think for 1 nanosecond that that's pretty unnerving and wrong? I mean, I'm serious. What the
I don't think it's the artist's intent if you're the only one that's really getting mad about this.
Okay. Earlier in the first part of the video, I talked about Freud's theory of the mind.
When did this turn into a psychology study?
The three interacting parts of the mind. And this certainly applies to this. And I'm going to be a little more descriptive because my description of the Freudian theory was very, like, what's that word? It was very,
Unnecessary?
cursory. It didn't really explain. I was just, saying some facts about it. But here is what is going through the mind of a freaking furry fan hentai crappy dumbass.
So you're gonna try to crack open the mind of someone you've never really met before, and someone you're solely just judging because you don't like their art. Right.
Sorry for the bad insult. Anyway, Sigmund Freud.
Bond. James Bond.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Developed a psychoanalytic theory. And he stated that there are three interacting parts of the mind. There was the id, the ego, and the superego. The id is the part of the mind that operates under the pleasure principle, and it only takes into account what it wants, and it disregards all consequences.
So it's like my penis.
That's the furry mind right there. They take into account that they have a freaking fetish, and they ignore the consequences.
And just what are those consequences, good sir?
Let's just put up pornographic pictures. Let's just say, oh, let's just put up all these freaking pictures and, blah, 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 blah. I don't care what anyone says. It's my opinion. It's my drawing, even though it's good or bad or whatever. Blah, blah. And they traumatize a bunch of people. And
you act like people make adult art just to troll people, and it's only the case in certain scenarios. Otherwise, it's just for sexual pleasure.
They don't care because they don't understand the consequences. Now, on the other side, you have the superego. That's the opposite of the id. The superego operates under what I call the ideal principle, and it states that the superego is a moral component. It takes into account no special circumstances in which the morally right thing may not be right for a given situation. That's what Wikipedia says. Now, the superego for me...
Yeah, I don't have much to say right now. Other than this still doesn't really make a good point.
Is essentially the representative of the real world and the ideal world. In fact, it mediates. It makes us feel proud or guilty, basically. And then you have the ego. The ego operates under the reality principle.
Yeah, funny how you mentioned the word ego.
And the ego is basically...
Aw, come on, you can do it. Just read off of Wikipedia. I mean, we're this far already.
It's basically, it tries to maintain a balance between the impractical hedonism of the id and the impractical moralism of the superego. Now, all they have is an id, these furries. All they have is a freaking id. All they think about all day and all the night is porn, hentai, and their freaking fetishes.
You know that's not right. If someone thought about porn non-stop, They wouldn't eat, they wouldn't drink, they wouldn't shower or go to the bathroom, and that leads to dehydration, starvation, and death.
All they pretty much think about. And it's retarded. It's freaking retarded. It really is.
You know what else is kind of retarded? Your argument.
I'm sorry. It's just as freaking annoying is what it is. I hate it. And they're doing this to Disney. They're doing this to Sonic. They're doing this to Pokemon. They're doing this to Digimon. They're doing this to every single anthropomorphic character you've known as a child. And
what about if they did that with their personas and original characters? Does that matter at all?
They may even go so far as to make hentai with Pinky and the Brain or Animaniacs or any other show that's fair game. Rule 34 encompasses every hentai, not every animation, every cartoon. Anything is fair game with these freaking furries.
Yeah, well, they call it Rule 34 for a reason, because it's a rule of the internet.
Everything is freaking fair game. And to tell you the truth, I don't like it, and no one else likes it. So here's the deal, furries. You stop being perverted, and we stop making you feel bad.
You know, it's not just furries that delve into Rule 34. And Rule 34 just states that if it's out there, then there's going to be porn of it, no matter what. And oh, boo-hoo. You're going to make us feel bad. I'm quivering in my panties.
That's the best compromise I can think of. Because not only are you furries, like, you know, making us feel bad, you're making us feel traumatized and making us feel that our childhoods was wasted over these cartoons.
You know, you're kind of repeating yourself. You're
making our childhoods feel wasted, and all those years of watching very classic cartoons that I really took the time to enjoy, making me,
You know, adult art hasn't stopped me from enjoying those cartoons we used to love, or the ones you used to love, whatever. But it's called filtering it out. Don't mind it. Don't look at it if you don't want to. I mean, surely it'll come up, but, you know, it's just people's opinions and their fetishes. You shouldn't be complaining about it.
Watch all these cartoons, all these Disney movies, everything, all of my childhood is now raped because of you.
No, you just need a hug.
My childhood is now a wasteland because of you furries. Okay? That's all I pretty much gotta say. You furry fan... I'm not gonna go into fetishes because I don't want to be mentioning every single fetish off the bat.
That, and not only are they not all from the fandom, but they're just fetishes. They're not really in your place to complain about. Again, I have stated this.
Because they're just too disgusting to explain. But here's my opinion about this in one word. Here's one word to describe this.
Get ready for the bombshell.
Madness. This is madness.
Insert 300 reference here.
This is nothing but a senseless waste of time, and you furries have got to understand that.
No, this video is a waste of time, frankly, because you're making people that like adult art, especially furries, to be hairy, filthy beasts that terrorize people with pictures of penises. So, that's all I gotta say. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.